Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting empty up the crack and we stacking chips. All of it's what I want, plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone, I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced, leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They getting slaughtered, can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon, 'cause we be pubbing.
Yo, welcome to Pub Sports Radio. This is Loshak in the Bag Show. We do this every Tuesday. He's Jimmy the Bag. I'm Peter Loshak. We always have a lot of fun. We all know by now that I struggle at this point in the MLB season, Jimmy the Bag. I think from the first MLB season I ever did with you, I told you that the second half I always do very well. Beginning of the season is usually pretty good. This time of the season, though, I get a little bit lost, so I take it easy. It's okay. I still have fun. Jimmy the Bag. Could I interest you in a few soccer picks, or not really? Or could I interest you, Jimmy the Bag?
No, that would interest me not at all.
Okay, how about Serbia, Bulgaria over 2.5 at minus 110, minus 120, something like that? I'm on it.
Okay, all right.
Serbia, Bulgaria over 2.5, Jimmy the Bag. How about Portugal, Iceland over 2.5 at about 150, 160, something like that? I'm on that. Portugal, Iceland over 2.5. Don't say I never did nothing for you on this Tuesday here, June 20th, 2023. Pride Month in the United States. We're having a good time, Jimmy the Bag, though. I think that it'll be fun to analyze today's card. I'll come up with a few official plays, Jim, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm down in June in this show and in my personal betting.
Well, overall here on our show on the season, you're doing very well.
Oh, sure.
I fell apart on Friday. Friday was a horrific day, and I just sort of feel like I'm in a funk, man. Did not have a successful live bet stream last night, although we did cash the Giants late. Mike M caught him live at plus 660. I was safe and took the plus 2.5 at plus 120, but that was a nice way to close out the night. But yeah, I don't know. I need to break out of this funk now, today.
Okay, step one,
yeah.
Serbia, Bulgaria, over 2.5. Step two, Portugal, Iceland, over 2.5. You have until 2:45 Eastern, Jimmy the Bag.
Thank you.
Sure.
Well,
Step three, we can make some Pride Month jokes if you want. We can do that. That might help you out a little bit. I don't know, Jimmy the Bag. What would you like to do this show? Let's have a fun time. Let's try to at least have a fun time. Because that's what this shit is mostly about, right, Jim?
Yes. Well, no, it's about succeeding as well.
Oh, right. You're right. No, you're right. My bad. You're right, Jimmy the Bag. You're right.
You've done that over 94 bets. Ron Crawford has done that over 40 bets. Ron Crawford has given us a play of the day, spreadsheet play of the day, every single show. Even when I'm not here, it's just you. Every single show we've had, or if neither of us are here and it's the Jose Bouquet show, he's given us a pick, and he's 22-18, hitting at 55% plus 4.12 units ROI plus 10.30%. He's got a double-digit ROI, and so do you, Pete. 54, 40, 12.60% ROI plus 11.84 units. So there's a lot of winning going on with you two. There's a lot of winning going on in the chat. We got Flea Mathis in the house, Mr. Lewis ready to get to work, Damon Santori. TJ's giving us the gift. This is the Miami Marlins. Marlins minus 112.
That's an interesting one.
There are a couple lines that just made no sense to me. That one, and then the total in the Reds-Rockies game, opening up at 10 and going down to 9.5. And now it's back at 10, and the over is juiced, but the idea that the early money would be expecting it to go under just throws me for a complete a loop. A series business in the house. Lucas Ryan, Jay's final take. Stacks play today. Soler over 1.5 bases. So that lines up with TJ's gift. Let's pop that up here. Soler over 1.5 bases. Jack Rosenblatt, Andrew G. Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA podcast. in the house. Christopher Comentini, high win, says Astros -1 is the play of the week.
I can see that. I can see that.
Jesus, play of the week. Let's copy and paste that from High Wind, the play of the week. That's going to be a fun one. Verlander back in Houston. Play of the week. Giovanni Biesdorf in the house. Clint shouting out Razor for the Cubbies yesterday. There's Curtis Berry ready to get to work. Vaughn Polo, Christopher Comentini, Peyton Weems. I might have missed that Vaughn Polo. I was boozing heavily at the horse track. No, that was Sunday. Okay, my bad, Von Polo. I'll have to take a look. My apologies if I missed that. Top set, Christopher Comentini, Joey Marinaccio. BJ's best bet is in. It is the Tampa Bay Rays money line. And the Mariners, Yankees under 7.5. I am also on the Tampa Bay Rays. I took them on the -1 line. I made 3 bets before the show started. 2 of them are on the Tampa Bay Rays here.
Giovanni Biesdorf wants me to sing Lean on Me. Would that make you happy, Jimmy the Bag?
Yeah, that would. Yes, it would.
Would? Okay. Lean on me when your picks suck, when you can't cap your way out of a paper bag. 'Cause I got some picks in soccer. They're gonna fucking cash. And the first one is what is it? What is it?
Serbia, Bulgaria.
Over 2.5, and Portugal, Iceland over 2.5. There's no way both those lose. I think both of them cash.
I have decided that next year at Pubapalooza, you must film your album, record your album.
Okay.
So I now have Loshak songs here on a worksheet. We have Rider -4, of course, from the Doors. And I've written a few others, but I've got Lean on Me. So if ever there's a song that you want, what can I just add right now on this worksheet so I can get it listed? Other songs that will be on your album.
Oh, my album?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, there's the what's it called? My God, my brain is not working right now. The House of the Rising Sun parody talking about the Chicago Cubs. Of course, there's the Redemption Song parody where I'm like, all I ever had, YouTube comments. Won't you help to read these these YouTube comments? Yeah. All I ever had was YouTube comments. I got a ton of them, Jimmy the Bag. I got a ton of them.
Well, I want this list to grow and grow, and we want to record it in San Antonio for Pubapalooza 3. Great to see all of you guys in the chat. Jack Rosenblatt, Sean Pulliam, BJ, Deshaun G, Mr. Heat, Williams Wrestling, Christopher Comentini, Kong's Clips, Creekman 581, Professor Chris J. Stone. It is a great group. Philly Bullies, Justin McElvey, Justin Chocolatey Waterfall in the house as well. Top set, Riders -1. No, that's Riders -4 is the song there. Mark Campbell looking at Portugal over 2.5 -150. Rocco Rogers hit all 3 K props given out on the live stream. I love it. And the Max Ladder, excellent work. Rocco, there's Fly White Mike. The group is ready to rock. It is our time to step up here, Pete. J-Dub in the house. So I need to keep collecting these songs here. Yeah. All right. So
I got so fucking many of them. I used to write them like just to myself every fucking week in Costa Rica. I can't even remember what. Oh, God. I should have written them all down.
No, don't worry. They'll come back to you once in a while. They'll come back to you, and we'll just keep this list rolling. Justin McElvey turns 45 tomorrow and wants a birthday pick on tomorrow's show. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can hear, and I will copy and paste that just so that is on the top of my worksheet tomorrow as well. All right, let's get to work. And my good God, do I need to turn my shit around here in the worst way? Let's get to work. We start at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. Atlanta Braves at Philadelphia Phillies. Braves are 46-26, 22-11 on the road. Phillies 38-34, 19-11 at home. And the spreadsheet play of the day is in. St. Louis -1. The spreadsheet play of the day is in. Spreadsheet's won 4 of 5 here on the show. St. Louis Cardinals -1. Let me get that in front of the Cardinals Nats game. Montgomery versus Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore coming off that great performance against Houston. Okay, so here we go. Back to this spot. I said before Ranger Suarez's last start when they only ended up winning in extra innings, but that his BABIP on the road was extremely high, and that he was just basically getting unlucky, and he would turn it around. And he looked very good. 7 innings, no earned runs, but they had to win it in extras. I've gone as far as betting him here first 5. I don't know what's going on with Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider more than capable of having a good start after 2 bad ones in a row. There's Noli Knows in the house. Deshaun G says, run and grab the Reds to win the division. I turned down the Reds to win the division at plus 450. We discussed it. It's now a little less than that, but just that this was buying at too high. Buying too high, and I decided not to. Maybe that blows up in my face at the end of the year. And I spent like an hour looking at their lineup, looking at the rest of their schedule, and I turned it down. But I will cheer you on, Deshaun, and maybe this is a bad spot. But let's get back to the Strider spot here. Coming off 2 bad starts in a row. The last start was particularly ugly. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 homers, 6 Ks, 2 walks, in a 10-7 win at the Tigers on the road. 39 2/3, 5-1, 3.63 ERA, 58 Ks, 19 walks, 7 home runs allowed, 211 opponents batting average. And Suarez has only allowed 4 earned runs in his last 26 2/3. Let's start with the weather here for this one. 78 Fahrenheit, 9.5 miles per hour right to left, goes down to 8.5 miles per hour. Let's take a look at what Ballpark Pal thinks of this spot today in Philly at Citizens Bank Park. They have it plus 10% in home runs, but minus 2% overall. Minus 2% overall. And then let's go over to the line history here and then hand it over to you, Pistol Pete Loshak. First off, from a total perspective, this opened up at 8.5, and that's where it is right now. There's been no movement. This opened up with the under at minus 105. It's now at minus 107. It did, there's been movements on both sides. The under 8.5 at one point was plus 103. It was also at one point minus 114. But we have 2 cents of movement to the under. Let's take a look at the money line here, and I'll have this set up a little differently so I can make it all happen faster. But let's see the money line up here, and then get up the Action Network. Have that ready to go as well. Here for the money line on this one at Pinnacle. This opened up with the Phillies at plus 128. Now they're at plus 127. They got up to plus 132. They actually got up to plus 135 early, but right now there's been a 1 cent move towards the Phillies and almost no movement on the total. When we get to the cash flow here, you have 77% of tickets and 60% of cash on the over. No movement there. Then you have 70% of the tickets and 42% of the cash on the Braves. So 30% of tickets, 58% cash on the Phillies. As I said, Suarez allowed 4 earned runs over his last 26 2/3. At home, he's only made 3 starts, and he's looked bad. But I think he's turned the corner here over his last few starts. But at home, 3 starts, 13 innings, 10 earned runs, 17 Ks, 6 walks. The Braves are hitting lefties hard since June 1st. All these stats will be since June 1st. 296, 856 OPS. Phillies, 276, 790 versus righties. The Braves bullpen's been very good. 2.09 ERA, 1.03 whip. And the Phillies bullpen has been struggling a bit in June. 4.63 ERA, 1.27 whip. Take it away here for us. Pistol Pete Loshak, Braves, Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, Strider for a while, in previous years, he was one of those auto bet ons, and, the market couldn't really catch up to him. I would bet on him early, first 3, first 5. I would bet opposing teams' first 5 team total unders and cash them more often than not. But now I think he does have some fundamental problems. I mean, I think his strikeouts are probably likely to continue to be, high. And he's probably going to have some positive regression going forward, but he has some, they're hitting him hard. He gives up walks, and that's not good. Unless those fix, he's going to continue to be very vulnerable. He's getting hit for sure. So again, I don't want to bet on him, but I do think that he's going to positively regress. Although I think that the market is still overvaluing him a little bit. I guess I'm going to pass here. Definitely leaning Philly. Last night I was leaning that way at plus 135. Now it's down to plus 125. So it's going to move towards Philly, and I would definitely be leaning that way. Although of course that Atlanta offense can bail you out at any time. I guess as of right now it's going to be a pass for me. Free play would be on Philly as a dog for sure. And lean over, of course.
Yeah, I pulled the trigger on the Phillies. I got plus 125 on the first 5. I bet it a couple hours ago. It's you know, I fear Spencer Strider. I think that he could bounce back here immediately. It concerns me.
I'm not worried. I'm not really worried about that. I think he might bounce back here with a big strikeout number, but not giving up runs, that would surprise me.
Yeah, and Rocco went through he said that at first he wanted to fade Strider, but he looked deep into this, and Strider owns this team, and the team owns Ranger Suarez. Says crazy opposites for each pitcher.
Yeah.
But I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable here with this spot and trusting Suarez here. Let's just go over the batter versus pitcher numbers here, and we know what the Braves are capable of doing versus lefties, but Suarez just seems completely on his game right now. Cunha batting 310 at bats, but 0 homers. Albie 167. Harris, last year's Rookie of the Year, 0 for 9 against them. So I'm not too concerned. Olsen batting 273. It's Austin Riley. Travis d'Arnaud 1 for 11. So I'm comfortable with these numbers against Suarez. Austin Riley hits him, but with no jacks, but 417 in 12 at bats. And yeah, Strider looks good against these Phillies, and that is a bit of concern. But he looks questionable right now. So
yeah, I don't like his overall numbers, although I do expect some positive regression from him, like I said.
Jack Rosenblatt says overs 4-0 in Braves last 4 after allowing 5 runs or more in their previous game. Overs 4-0 in Braves last 4 road games. 6-1 in Braves last 7 games. Over 6-1 in Braves last 7 on grass as well. We got razor sharp picks in the house. Stibby OG, that was a beautiful casher. Top set says this is my best look. What is it? I'm trying to find Top Set's best look. This is his. Fading Braves won't help you from here on out, he says. Stimmy OG is on the Braves. And Noli Knows is with me. Says plus money with Ranger. Sign me up. So I like that. I like that. All right. I'm on the Phillies first 5 at plus money. I just felt the implied probability was right here. But Top Set is on the Braves, which makes me nervous. That is our game 1. Pete Loshak staying off of it. Let's move on to game 2 here. And this is a double up spot for me. Baltimore Orioles at Tampa Bay Rays. These Rays 31-7 at home, but Orioles are good on the road. Razor Sharp Pick says line seems high for a reason, and he leans to the Braves. There's Billy Friedrich in the house, Cheshire Cat as well, chanting the Giants. Yeah, it was a great way to end the night last night for sure. And we have BJ with his best bet. It is the Tampa Bay Rays money line here. I took a -1 at -130 in the first 5, -0.5 at -125. Let's take a look at the line history here for this spot. A little AL East battle. First off, this opened up at Pinnacle at -158. It's now -170. It did get up to -176. But right now it's -170 at Pinnacle. So we have a 14-cent move on the money line. On the total for this one, this opened up at some offshores actually had it at 8.5, heavily juiced to the under. Pinnacle opened this up yesterday at 3:30 at 8, juiced to the over, and it moved to 7.5 at 9:45 this morning. 7.5, which makes me nervous with the lower volatility because I took the -0.5. Let's take a look and see what the cash says about this Rays spot. 61% of the tickets on the Rays and 85% of the cash. I'm comfortable enough with those numbers. From a total perspective, 56% of tickets and 80% cash on the over, and yet it's dropped a half run to the under. Bradish, 2-3, 3.90 ERA, 1.27 whip, coming off a great start at home versus the Jays. It's on the road where he's been a little more vulnerable. He's had 7 starts on the road, 4.60 ERA, 35 strikeouts and 10 walks, 3 home runs, and opponents hitting 289 against him. And this is also expecting Glasnow to start looking very good here. He's got 21 innings under his belt so far this season, 3.43 ERA, 1.29 whip. He's been okay, but I know that he's got greatness in him. And why not here? Orioles first righties, 265, 759 OPS since June 1st. Rays, 255, 742. Orioles bullpen, 3.72 ERA, 1.41 whip. Hasn't been that great, but the Rays bullpen is back to being dominant in June. 2.49 ERA, 1.09 whip. P-Dye doubled up here on the Rays. What is your plan of action?
Yeah, interesting stuff here. I'm looking over the comments, and we got some UFC Jacksonville plays from Die Hard MMA Podcast. Shout out to you, Clint. Yeah, it's I wanted to take the Rays, but then when I saw the line, my numbers said the line is too high. That the numbers indicated that Baltimore should be a little bit smaller of a dog. My gut said that's wrong, and yeah, I'm probably not factoring in Tampa Bay home field advantage perhaps as much as I should. I know they've been dominant at home. Glasnow gives up walks. Starting pitching is roughly a wash. So I don't know. Yeah, Tampa Bay probably is the play here. My numbers said no, Baltimore, but I don't know if I want. I hope you guys all cash, and maybe I'll go on it.
Yeah, I can understand this being maybe too big of a disparity with the odds here. Sean Higgs says take the Orioles or the Orioles.
Shout out to Sean Higgs. He says who? He says
the
what?
Orioles.
Oh yeah, I mean, my gut says that's wrong. The numbers that I look at say that's right.
Curtis Berry leaning to the Orioles, and Jay's final take says trust the numbers, Pete. Fuck Tampa Bay. That's what he says. A little harsher.
Yeah. I think I'm going to pass, unfortunately. I got some official plays later on. Shout out to Sean Higgs.
Jay's final takes on Baltimore, Tampa under 4.5 at plus money. And Clint, his UFC Jacksonville action is up. Julian Robertson plus 110 for 2 units. Macy Barber plus 170. Loic Radzhabov at plus 120. And Neil Magny at minus 150. All right. So there we go. Tone Miggins level play today is Phillies team total over 3.5. Phillies first 3 money line, 1 unit. Stott home run plus 740 and Real Muto a home run at plus 460. Well, I like the sounds of all of that.
Yeah.
That works with my look on the Phillies first 5. So let me copy and paste that here. A Tone Miggins levels play of the day is in. All right. So that's my card thus far. Everything else will be added and bet after or either during the show or after the show. Let's go. 6:40 p.m. Eastern is next up. Kansas City Royals 19-53, 9-25 on the road at the Detroit Tigers 31-40, 16-18 at home or Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. Let's go to the weather here in Detroit. 84 Fahrenheit, 9.5 miles per hour in, dies down to 8.6. Beautiful weather up in this part of North America. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal for Comerica. Minus 14% home runs, plus 8% singles, and overall with runs, it's plus 0%. So we have plus. I haven't refreshed this in a few hours here. Let's see if that changes anything. Wow, it's now minus 17% home runs, plus 4% doubles and triples, plus 9% singles, and a plus 1% overall. So that's wild there. Okay. So TJ says Philadelphia Atlanta under is on his card. And Curtis Berry loving that Phillies team total over. Rocco Rogers says Tigers minus 110. Lorenzen revenge. Look, I'm a big Michael Lorenzen fan, and his last 2 starts have been abysmal. I mean, there's no getting away from it. And I don't know what to do with it because they both come at home. So now he's his 3rd straight start at home, a spot that I really like. His last 2 starts, 12 earned runs and 12 2/3, both here at Comerica. Going up against lefty Daniel Lynch. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one and the cash flow. First off, this total opened up at 8.5, juiced to the over. It was not juiced to the over at Pinnacle. Pinnacle opened this up minus 108 to the under, and it's now minus 112 to the over. So we have an 8-cent move to the over at Pinnacle, and then we'll see what they're doing for the money line here. We have the Tigers opening up at minus 141. They're now minus 144, 3 cents of movement. So a slight move to the over and a very, very slight move to the Tigers. For the total, 78% of tickets are on the over, but just 10% of cash. Wow. So big bets on this under.
And yet the line is, and yet the total's moved up, huh?
Yeah. And then 83% of the tickets and 95% of the cash on the Detroit Tigers, and the market not really moving there. That's fascinating spot here.
Well, it moved a little since I saw it. It moved about 10 cents. No, is that not true?
I'm just using the Pinnacle opener. So okay. Pinnacle opened this yesterday at 5:40 p.m. at minus 141.
Oh, okay, I saw on the minus 130s at other places. Okay.
It did move to minus 136. There was a 5-cent move against them last night. So it was minus 136 last night around midnight. And then there's been a slight move back to Detroit. So we have 3 cents of movement here at Pinnacle. The Royals are not hitting righties. 234, 665 OPS. And the Tigers are hitting lefties. 269, 872 OPS since June 1st. The Royals bullpen's being atrocious, and the Tigers bullpen has been good. Take it away here. Daniel Lynch coming off 7 earned runs in his last start, 7-4 loss at home versus the Reds. Reds are smashing lefties, and so are the Tigers right now. Take it away, Pete. Lynch, Lorenzen, Royals, Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, Lorenzen is a concern, but Detroit is a team with some life to them, and Casey just can't really buy a win right now. And the low line didn't make me. I didn't quite understand it. Lean to Detroit, and definitely thinking about run in the first inning. Yes, at like minus 110 or so. I don't trust either of these friggin' gas cans. If both of them throw a shutout first inning, good for them. I'm happy for them, and I will happily eat a loss at minus 110. But that's what I was thinking about. Run in first, yes, and kind of no-brainerish leaning Detroit. Want to hear what other people have to say, but I have no problem taking crappy teams as dogs when the line is just too big, and that does not look to be the case here based on what I look at, leaning Detroit at the current line.
The let your nuts hang play of the day from Jay's final take is the under 8.5.
Really? In this game?
In this game.
No shit.
He lets his nuts hang.
Whoa. Whew.
Sean Higgs says KC's dropped 16 of 18, says no way you take the Royals. He's on the Tigers run line. And then our guy TJ saying the same thing. He's saying KC 1-12 over the last 13 on Tigers again.
Yeah, let me sorry, I'm just having a hard time loading Pinnacle right here for a second. Hold on one sec. Jim, you there?
Yes, I am, my friend. Yeah. So this makes me uncomfortable. Billy Friedrich says, "Get the boys sent a cease and desist letter on the let your nuts hang play of the day." I'm off this game. I'm going to stay off this game. I do think that look to the under is really sharp. You know, if we're looking at a spot where we have 78% of the tickets on the over, but just 10% of the cash. I mean, 22-90 is a nice place to be on a total. So I imagine that it's going to come together for him. You know, if I had a free bet, I'd join him. You know, and he got it at plus 110. If I had a free bet, I would move on that under 8.5. I'm not. I'm off this. Pistol
All
people,
right.
Are you moving on it?
I'm going to take a shot with it. Again, you know, my bet size goes down in June, and I expect myself to struggle, so which is okay, but I'll make an official play here. Run in first inning, yes, minus 106 at Pinnacle. Run in first inning, yes, minus 106 at Pinnacle.
All right, we roll on. 6:40 p.m. Eastern, we have the gift from TJ. That is the Miami Marlins money line here at minus 112. Justin McElvey giving us Soler over 1.5 bases at plus 120. This line I could not understand. Kikuchi's given up 2 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. Yuri Perez looks absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
So why was this move not happening?
To what? To Miami, you mean?
Yeah. This opened up at Pinnacle at 9:40 p.m. yesterday with the Miami Marlins minus 110. Right now they're minus 108. Oh, you know.
Well, you want me to give you an answer, or you want me to wait till you're done previewing?
No, I'd love to hear the answer.
You know, there's some peripherals that indicate that Yuri Perez is either going to have to improve his other pitches, or that they're going to figure him out and catch up. Not that he's not great, but that possibly some regression is in the cards for him unless he improves his other pitches. He basically has a lights out fastball, but everything else is like kind of mediocre. And usually, especially teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, not Toronto. Their analytics might not be that great, but that's the kind of formula that can get caught up to a little bit. So there's some reason to believe that Perez might not be as lights out going forward as he has been in the past few starts.
There's Roger that in the house. Noli Knows has given us the skull, which means this is a dead under in his estimation. This opened up at 8 at 9:40 p.m. By 11:30 p.m., it was at 8.5. By 8:13 this morning, that 8.5 was barely juiced to the under. And now we're back at 8. What up, Big Show, my guy? And look at this full Parks card. Starting from race 1, full Parks card from Razor Sharp Picks. Thank you for sharing that with us. His full card here at Parks today. Full card. They copy and paste that. Thank you for sharing that with us, Razor, my man. Okay, so Justin McAfee says everyone is addicted to betting the Jays. Curtis Berry says Blue Jays look bad the last 2 games. This total is back at 8, though. So, this has moved a half run from 8:13 a.m. to 8:54 a.m. So that is not. I don't know. Kikuchi versus the Marlins. Marlins are hitting in June 313 versus lefties, 740 OPS, not with a ton of power, but they're hitting lefties hard. Kikuchi's last start at Baltimore, was okay. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 7 Ks, 2 walks. On the road this season, he's not been very good. 4.87 ERA. He's allowed 12 home runs in 40 2/3. Yuri Perez looked spectacular at the Mariners going up against Luis Castillo. It was, the pitching matchup of the year for me. And at home, he's been absolutely lights out. He's only made 3 starts, 14 2/3, 1.84 ERA, 18 Ks, 4 walks, 3 homers, 200 opponents batting average. Jays rating 254, 737 versus righties in June. Not that good. Their bullpen's not been good. 4.86 ERA, 1.38 whip. We have Topset on the Marlins first 5. And TJ says ranks versus left-handed pitching 24th. Miami full season is 4th versus lefties here. This is tough. This is a very tough one. Let's just take a look at the cash flow and then hand it over to you, Pete. For the total, 65% of the tickets, 63% of cash on the over. And we've seen it drop a half run. Then we have 70% of tickets and 89% of cash on the Marlins. The market not moving towards them. This is tricky. Take it away for us, Pistol Pete Loshak, Kikuchi, Perez, Jays, Marlins.
Well, despite everything that I said about Perez, I think I'm going to take a shot with him here, and I think I'm going to double up. But it's early, His stuff might fall off later, but I think I'm going to double up first inning money line Marlins -115, and also the Marlins first 3 money line at -115. That's both at Caesars. Pinnacle actually has -120 for the first inning money line, but Caesars has -115 for first inning, and for first 3, I'll double up. There's some concerns with Perez. But the concerns are that he might not be quite as awesome for various reasons going forward. But he's still pretty awesome. Kikuchi is not a guy that I really like to fade, but it's more a bet on Perez here against the Toronto lineup in this situation early. So I'll take Marlins first inning money line -115 and Marlins first 3 innings money line -115. 5 innings is okay too, but it's a higher line, and Perez, I kind of like him less as the innings go on. So I'm just going to take first inning and first 3.
Wow, look at that. Sean Higgs with a $50 dono. Wow.
And it's for me to shave. Oh, I'll shave for you. Oh, it's like if your girlfriend wants you to shave, you'll do anything for her. Same for Sean Higgs. I'll do anything for Sean Higgs as far as my facial hair is concerned. Whatever he wants, I'll do it. Shout out to you, Sean Higgs. Wow. If you want me to shave, consider it shaved.
What a guy, Sean Higgs. Thank you so much for the dono. Marlins, Tigers, run line, and Braves over. Bet it and forget it from our guy, Sean Higgs. Thank you, Sean. That means a ton to us.
Wait, what did he say? Bet it and forget it. Marlins, Tigers, run line, Braves over. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess this is I can't do it. Ron Crawford made an important point on Friday, and it stuck with me all weekend because I had a really bad Friday, and it was trust your capping, and I can't, for whatever reason, do it. I can't do it. This is just too much. I don't understand why this market is moving briskly towards the Marlins. And if I don't understand it, then I just prefer to stay off of it.
Yeah, I do. In baseball, I do trust my capping. Not so much in June, but I hear you, Jimmy the Bag. No, I like the Marlins in general.
So can we go over your action once more? First inning was what?
-115, and first 3 is -115. That's both at Caesars. Once again, Pinnacle has first inning -120, which is interesting.
All right. You are locked in. And then a question from TJ. He was wondering, with the way the Jays bullpen has looked, why are you not wanting to fade them full game?
Why am I not wanting to fade them full game?
Played the Jays with their bullpen struggles.
I would like. I don't really want to triple up. It's more that I want to take a shot with Perez here. And I'm not opposed to taking them full game for sure. I'm a little bit worried about Perez having a lights out 3 innings and then maybe giving up a bunch in like the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, and now you're a little bit behind the 8 ball. But yeah, I free play on the side, I would definitely take Miami, no question about it.
And TJ says, where do you see Miami -108 at Pinnacle? And I just opened up the site too to make sure it wasn't a stale line, and it's not. They're -108 at Pinnacle right now. Roger Dad said, Dabby said Yuri's the truth. I think he is too. I mean, that was a spectacular pitching performance against Luis Castillo, the 2 Dominican stars going up against each other. Rocco Rogers has Miami full game -115, and the Jays bullpen is part of that cap, but he agreed with Pete's points on the first 3, says might add that.
I mean, I do think it's and did Noli Nose put up the skull for this game?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that as well. I'm seeing like 4-3 Marlins, something like that.
All right.
4-3, 4-2, 3-2, something like that. The under is probably a really good play also.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to stay off of the spot. Okay, but I expect that you guys on the Marlins first 5 are going to cash it. Okay, let's move on. Pete has moved twice in that game. He's on the Marlins first inning -115 and first 3 at -115. Deshaun G giving us a final score of 7-0. Jay's final take giving us a final score of 5-2. All right, Seattle.
Razor Sharp Pick said, shave during the show. That would be some content. Like 10 years ago when I first had my mustache and the suits at SBR were like, this can't be good for our bottom line. I was like, I think it is, but who knows? It's just a fun thing to do. I did chop it off on a show, Jimmy the Bag. But I think that was the old channel that got deleted.
Yeah. Oh, did it all get deleted? The old channel?
The first one, yeah.
Oh,
there was some good stuff on there. Also some questionable stuff, but some good stuff on there.
Well, let's roll on here. This is a marquee matchup. 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Seattle Mariners 35-35, 14-18 on the road at the New York Yankees 39-33, 21-17 at home. We're at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Let's start with the weather in New York City. It is 73 Fahrenheit, 8.5 miles per hour in, down to 6.9 by the end of the game. Ballpark Pal has a 0% home run change and -3% overall. And then we have BJ saying all over this under in Mariners Yankees. All over this under. All right, George Kirby going up against Garrett Cole here. And Kirby, when he's on, he's lights out, and he slips sometimes. And both these teams are hitting so badly. I mean, so badly. Mariners in June versus righties are hitting 199 with a 665 OPS. Yankees versus righties 190 with a 614 OPS. There's nobody in the month of June, no team hitting worse against righties than the New York Yankees. Kirby Cole is the situation. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. And I thought of backing Cole here, and I am still thinking of it. This total opened up at 7.5 and moved to 7. It opened up at 7.5, 5:40 p.m. yesterday, and moved to 7 at 9:38 p.m. And that's where it is right now. And it's a juice to the under as well. So we're at 7. A move to the under. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for Yankees Mariners over at Pinnacle. There's been this monstrous move, and you can't. Just a huge move to the Mariners, which caught me off the Yankees. Mariners opened up at +117. They're now even money, so 17-cent move there. Yankees gone from -127 to -109. So we have a move to the under and a move to the Mariners. Let's take a look at the cash here for this one. 28% of the tickets, 26% of the tickets, and 25% of the cash on the Mariners, and we've seen this monster move towards them. I mean, that's wild, man. 52% of tickets, 78% cash on the under. It's moved a half run to the under. Kirby on the road is being good. 2-3, 3.29 ERA, 6 starts, 38 in the third, 28 Ks, just 4 walks, only 3 home runs allowed. Opponents hitting 275 off of him. At home, Garrett Cole's had 9 starts, 55 innings, 62 Ks, 20 walks. He has allowed 7 jacks in those 55 innings, 200 opponents batting average, 2.78 ERA. Mariners bullpen's been bad in June. Yankees bullpen has been mediocre. And as I said, both teams are horrific against righties so far this month. Take it away, Pistol Pete Loshak, Mariners, Yankees.
Yeah, I would definitely be leaning towards the Mariners, although I didn't bet it, and now that there's a big move, I don't want to, not sure if I'll take it. This is George Kirby is from New York, Jimmy the Bag, from upstate, and this is his first start at Yankee Stadium. I've been reading that he's going to have, friends and family and all this shit, so that I presume will be, Kirby's obviously excellent with a dud thrown in here and there. Same deal with Cole, but I think Cole's peripherals are significantly worse than Kirby's. I expect Kirby to be better than Cole going forward, not factoring in for sticky stuff or lack thereof. So I definitely leaning Seattle, definitely leaning under and no run in first, maybe leaning like Seattle first 3 or first 5, something like that. Not sure what I want to pull the trigger on, but higher on Kirby than Cole in general. A little higher on Seattle in this spot, leaning under, even though it's super low, leaning no run first inning, thinking about all that. I think there's teeny value on everything I just mentioned. Extremely teeny.
Yeah, Deshaun G says Seattle money line, real simple.
Yes. Although as it gets lower and lower, it becomes less and less simple. But yes, I agree with that.
Wow. So are you going to move on anything, or what is your plan?
Let me see. Yeah. BJ says clear Mariners bet or stay off. This has nothing after 3 innings written all fucking over it, Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sold on the idea that
Cole is great.
No, on the other, just that a pitcher has all of his friends and family out there and pitches spectacular.
No. That's just something I sort of just caught and like. Well, I do think that like having a baby or a loved one die is a real factor.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
you're right. Friends and family, I kind of disregard.
We look at who gets to Cole. Crawford hitting 364 against him. Teoscar just 217. So not great numbers across the board against Cole. Yeah,
you know what? I'll do a first 3 under. It's plus money, 1.5 at plus 130. I'll take Seattle Yanks first 3 under 1.5 plus 130. Current line at Caesars. Could do first 5 under 3.5, but I don't know. I'll just stick with first 3.
I did that with Yuri Perez's last start against Castillo. I took the first 3 under 1.5 at plus 125.
Yeah,
and it was a casher. It was 0-0 after 3, like you expect this one to be. So
right. And these are those bets where like, yeah, it's probably going to lose, but then you're like, yeah, but I'm getting nice plus money on it. So
let me see what they would offer me for that first 3 under 1.5 very quickly, and then we will move on. Yeah, I'm. Oh wow, they're not even offering me so they're giving me the 2.5 at minus 170. Now I can get the alternative total. Wow, under 1.5 plus 145 here, Pete.
All right, I'll take that. As an official play.
That's a huge difference.
Seattle Yanks F3 under 1.5 plus 145, and I might throw on Seattle first 3 as well because I do trust Kirby a little bit more in this spot. Or the first 5 at plus 100. What are people in the comment section saying?
TJ's on the Yankees under team total under 3.5. Deshaun G's on George Kirby to record a win as well at plus 195. Roger that's doubling up on his Yankees. Congress Clips first half under. Rocco Rogers on Garrett Cole plus 7 Ks. He also has Kershaw plus 6 Ks. DC Cappers on the over 8 in that Marlins game. Wow. So I guess
Sorry, you can add on Seattle first 3 at minus 105 unless you can get me a better number where you're looking. You can add that one on there. Seattle first 3 minus 105. If it's zip, I'll push on it.
Yes, I cannot beat minus 105 here. Seattle. So Loshak, Mariners first 3 minus 105. All right, well, let's roll on. roll on. Fly White Mike is asking if you have any looks on the College World Series. Have you?
No, I have not looked at it. I'm sure that there are people who do, though. Unfortunately, I am not one of them.
Well, next up for us, 7:05 p.m. Eastern, our friend Ron Crawford has given us the spreadsheet play of the day. I went over the numbers for spreadsheet play today. Very strong. 22 and 18, hitting at 55%, plus 4.12 units, ROI plus 10.30%, average line minus 102. And shout out to our Ron Crawford, who is moving here on the St. Louis Cardinals -1 at -113. Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Take a look at the weather here first. See what we are dealing with in D.C. We have, where is D.C.? Why is it not up? Sorry. Here we go. 76 Fahrenheit, 10.6 miles per hour, right to left, slightly in. Dies down to 8.6 miles per hour. Let's see what they have given Nationals Park. Plus 6% in home runs because it's sticky. Plus 6% in home runs, plus 4% doubles and triples, plus 6% singles, and plus 9% runs. Plus 9% runs here. Montgomery versus Mackenzie Gore. Here we go. Let's see what the line history is and the cash flow as well. So we'll start here with the total as is dropping quickly. This opened up at 9.5. It opened up at 9.5. It lasted there for an hour and 2 minutes before it moved to 9. Interestingly enough, at 11:39 p.m., it was back at 9.5. And so it was again at around 3 in the morning. You know, you could have bet this under 9.5 at 5:30 this morning. That's a little after that is when it moved to 9, and it just moved to 8.5. So we have a full run move to the under in this one. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for this as well. Lots of numbers are all over the place here. We have a huge move back to the, I guess a legit move back to the Cardinals, but this opened up at -140. The Cardinals are now -146. If we had opened with this game, you would have seen a move towards the Nationals. But since 11:04 a.m., there's been an 11-cent move back to the Cardinals. 6 cents
right.
overall.
Which is what you always want to keep in mind when you're talking about line movements before, hours before first pitch. There could be all sorts of crazy shit that'll happen later on. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Christian Larson saying Jordan Hicks pitched last 3 games, won't be available. Rocco Ryder says these bullpens are awful. As far as under, could only look first 5. They've both been really bad. In June, Cards bullpen 5.12 ERA, 1.39 whip. Nats bullpen 5.47 ERA, 1.56 whip. Cards versus lefties, and we're only talking a sample size of 120 at-bats in June. 168 average. 464 OPS, by far the worst in the league. Nats versus lefties, 236, 639. Jordan Montgomery coming off a nice start, ended up being an extra inning loss at home versus the Giants, but 6 1/3, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks, 2 walks. He's been better of late, and he's been much better on the road than he has been in Busch. On the road, 7 starts, 39 1/3, 3.20 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 13 walks, 4 home runs allowed in those 39 1/3. Mackenzie Gore coming off a really nice performance at Houston. Very nice. And at home, he's struggled a little bit. He's been a little better on the road. At home, 4.20 ERA, 31 strikeouts in 30 innings, but 16 walks and a 291 opponent's batting average. Let's just look at the cash here and then hear what Pete has to say. 57% of tickets and 99% of cash on the over. 99% of cash on the over, and it just moved down to 8.5. And that's just crazy. Then cash-wise, 41% of tickets and 95% of the cash on the Washington Nationals.
That tells me that there's like one fucking dork in college who has a AI model and bets at right now $100 a game. Put $100 on that, and that moved the market, and they all trust this guy.
Wow, TJ says total dropping a whole run. Bet the over automatic. As easy as fitting 12 inches into all one hole.
Shout out to TJ. That easy. Nothing's that easy, but I guess there are things that are equally easy as that. Perhaps this is one of them.
And Top Set is on Baltimore first 5-team total over 1.5. First 5-team total over 1.5. Thinks that is a gift. Chris Berry leaning to the Cards money line, looking at Goldschmidt and Arenado, Homer, RBI. This is a tricky one. It's a tricky one. And Billy Friedrich says if this game is delayed, though, you'll be sweating the over. Take it away, Pete. Cardinals, Nationals.
Well, this is very similar to the Tampa Bay Baltimore game. My numbers, which I don't really trust right now, say Washington at anything in the plus 130s. I know that Washington's having a hard time buying a win right now. I certainly didn't bet this, and I think I'm going to pass. My numbers after starting pitching is roughly a wash. The total, as you said, has all sorts of weird stuff as far as the money and the movement going on. So pass for me. Free bet. I'd probably throw it on Washington because that's what my numbers say.
This game makes me uncomfortable here. I'm not going to move on. I will cheer on Ron Crawford. Top Set was looking at Cards first five, but wanted to hear what everybody thought. Rocco Rogers on Arenado over 1.5 bases and a home run. Jack Rosenblatt on the first 3 under, and then says live bet the over. Okay, let's move on here to the next spot on the board. 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Chicago Cubs 34-38, 14-21 on the road. At the Pittsburgh Pirates 34-37, 18-17 at home. I don't talk about what happened yesterday or previously, but we know that there are certain teams on winning streaks, like the Giants and the Reds, and certain teams on losing streaks, elongated losing streaks, like the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, we're at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's start with the weather here in Pittsburgh. It's 80 Fahrenheit, 8.5 miles per hour in. Dies down to 5.5. So let's see what they think of PNC Park here. They have minus 16% home runs, plus 9% doubles and triples, minus 3% singles, and minus 5% overall runs. Minus 5% overall runs. Let's go into the line history, Pete. The line history here for Stroman versus Oviedo. First off, the money line, we have it opening up at plus 115 for the Pirates, and that's exactly where we find it right now. So no move at all. Now, there had been a move. Initially, there was a move towards the Pirates. Pirates got down to plus 109. But right now, they're at plus 115 with no move. So no move on the money line. Let's see if there's any move on the total. This one interests me, the total, very much. This is sitting at 8 right now. There was some offshores that had this at a very juiced 8.5 to the under, but Pinnacle opened this up at 8 as a pick'em, and that's exactly where it is right now. So we have no movement on either the side or the total in this one. 31% of the tickets and 31% of the tickets and 67% of the cash on the Pittsburgh Pirates. 31 and 67. On the total here, you have 69% of the tickets and 89% of cash on the over, and it's not moving. Wow, this is wild. Deshaun G says Cubs, don't overthink it. Topset says this game has to feel like Cubs continue their run here. Billy Brisbane asking if this is the rematch from last week. It is 7-2 win at home for the Cubs. Stroman went 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 5 Ks and 2 walks. Oviedo made it through just 4 1/3. He allowed 8 hits and 4 earned runs, 8 strikeouts and 1 walk. He's been good at home, though. 7 starts, 42 innings, 3.86 ERA, 230 opponents batting average. He's only allowed 2 home runs in 42 innings. The Cubs aren't hitting righties, 223, 631 OPS, and the Pirates aren't hitting righties, 230, 659 OPS. The Cubs bullpen has been good, 3.48 ERA, 1.43 whip in June. Pirates bullpen's been an atrocity, 6.52 ERA, 1.86 whip. Take it away for us, Pistol Pete Loshak. Stroman, Oviedo, rematch last week, Cubs Pirates.
Yeah, first of all, Deshaun G says Seth Lundy, first round pick, plus 2,500. Interesting pick there from Deshaun G. Yeah, I mean, Stroman right now is, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much, until the market makes a radical adjustment, pretty much an auto play on until and unless he starts to struggle in some way, which is almost certain to happen at some point. And it could happen this game, but I will bet once again that it will not. I have been riding the Stroman train all this year, mostly winning with it. At some point, I'll probably get burned, maybe pretty harshly once or twice, but I'm monitoring it, and it's just a don't overthink it, no-brainer kind of thing. Not going to overthink it, and I'm going to make an official play on Cubs, I guess, first 3 or first 5. I'm seeing first 5 at minus 140. I guess I'll just take the first 5 line, just one play. And again, if it loses, that's okay. I'm just auto betting the Stroman train until and unless it slows down. Yeah, Pinnacle has 130. I'll make that official. Cubs first 5 -130.
You got it. TJ's on Pitt first 5 under 1.5 on his card.
Sure.
-130 for Loshak and the Cubs first 5. I'm off of the spot. Let's move on.
And like a first 3, first 5 under for both teams wouldn't be terrible. But yeah, I'm just going to make that one play straightforward just right now.
You got it. Loshak's on the Cubs first 5 -130. This next game really threw me for a loop. I was expecting this to be hammered to the over. Colorado Rockies, Cincinnati Reds. I really was expecting it to be hammered to the over, and that is not the case. And I tried to figure out what could people be looking at for the under. First off, it's 8.6 miles per hour in. That's down to 6.2. But Ballpark Pal has this as an extremely offensive situation. Plus 26% home runs and plus 13% runs. That's gone down. That was 33% home runs until I refreshed it. Plus 26% home runs, plus 13% runs. Nats Park is the second highest offensive expectation from ballpark factors. We have Noah Davis going up against Ben Lively. Lively has not looked very good in his last couple starts. His last start was not bad, though. 2 earned runs at the Royals. But he allowed 10 hits over 5 2/3. It feels like people are starting to figure out how to attack Lively. Noah Davis on the other side. Let's take a look at Noah Davis here. This is an 11th round pick in the 2018 draft out of Cal, UC Santa Barbara. And, he's a middling prospect. He was in the Pacific Coast League this year. He had 7 starts there, and he got completely lit up. Over 25 2/3. He allowed 18 earned runs, 22 strikeouts with 12 walks, 1.68 whip. Now, we know it's a very offensive league, but this is wild. In his last start at home versus Arizona, he got lit up and smoked. 2 innings, 7 earned runs. Lively at home has been pretty good. 210 opponents batting average, 3.74 ERA. Rockies versus righties, 249, 694 OPS. They're not hitting him anymore. This is June's numbers. Reds, 252, 750. Rockies bullpen, 4.79 ERA, 1.58 whip. Reds bullpen, 3.07 ERA, 1.16 whip have been very, very good. So why on earth did this not move to the over? And now it has.
Yeah. Wait, this line?
Yeah.
Definitely has.
But why hadn't it? I mean, it was just shocking to me that this dropped to 9.5 at Pinnacle more than once. The first move was towards the under. This 10 lasted for 9 minutes at Pinnacle before it moved to 9.5. And once it was at 9.5, it lasted there for 4 hours before they moved it back to 10. Then it was at 10 and then right back to 9.5 again. And it stays at 9.5 from 10:19 until 5 this morning. I just, I can't understand that at all. For the life of me. So there's been a 7-cent move at Pinnacle to the over, but that is just extremely confusing to me. Chase Fox says 10 is a lot. Joe Yurkovich says the public hates the Rockies' road offense. Let's take a look at the money line move here for those who are running with streaks. We have the Reds opening up at -182. They're now -180, so a 2-cent move to the opposition. And when we get to the cash flow for this spot, they're not giving us any information here on the total cash wise. They just say 71% of tickets are on the over. See if I can refresh it and if it'll come in here. Here we go. If I refresh, can they give me some more information here? On the money line, 93% of tickets, 89% of cash on the Reds, and the market not moving, and they still can't give us a cash flow on the total. Take it away for us here, Pete. Rockies, Reds.
Yeah, the Reds are just a play on right now, regardless of starting pitching and everything. And, the line that I saw on the overnight line was -154. I was like, that's too low. I don't know if I was right, but it's 180 now, right, at Pinnacle. So a huge move to Cincinnati. And it's understandable, I guess, because Lively is no great shakes. And Noah Davis, he wasn't good in the minors, but he did have a couple of decent road starts in the majors. So, I think the jury is still out on him. But I wouldn't necessarily call him an auto fade right now, but it's just a play on Cincinnati and a play against Colorado. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger now, though, at -180, because once again, it's Noah Davis did have a couple of nice starts on the road. Lively is very questionable right now, and I don't really love the over here either. So I guess I'm just going to pass. Although if the line were still in the 150s, I'd probably pull the trigger on Cincinnati, which I will do, by the way, on Detroit at the end of the show, Jimmy the Bag. I can't not do that. But yeah, so definitely even at 180 leaning Cincy, but not going to pull the trigger on it.
And I did I don't know if I think I screwed this up because this opened up at Pinnacle at minus 162. So even at Pinnacle, there's been an 18-cent move to the Reds. And the stimulus package play of the day from our Stimmy OG is the Rangers money line. Rangers money line big. Rangers money line big. And Joe, you're saying Rockies 25-15 to the under. Top set saying no is a sacrificial lamb. Reds parlay leg. I guess this is just an easy bet on the Reds. What do you expect Ben Lively to look good here?
No, but maybe because I think he'll be okay. I expect him to be vulnerable going forward, but the Rockies are a team that can make a guy look a little better temporarily than he really is.
Joe Yerk said Noah Davis could be good outside of Coors.
Yeah, I mean he did. He's got some serious issues, but anyone who's being brought up to the majors, is unless there's an injury issue or like a veteran just being allowed to play out the string, anyone being brought up to the majors has upside that can show itself at any given time.
I guess the Rockies are an easy play. I guess
the Rockies are an easy play.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I guess the Reds. Excuse me. Sorry, I guess the Reds are an easy play. I
wouldn't say easy.
Well,
easier to shove 12 inches up old one hole and take the Reds here. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I guess it's not even a shove, really. It's just
just a put.
Yeah.
A put. A tap in.
Yeah, I don't trust Ben Lively here, man. I mean, it just comes down to that.
I don't either. It's not a play. It's a when I saw the minus 150. I mean, you still see this in baseball. Year in and year out, are pretty good at recognizing it. It's a play on Cincinnati, regardless of the starters.
Mm-hmm.
Starters are completely baked into the cake in most of these lines. And
Joe Year says Reds team total is probably the better look. And TJ says as long as you aren't first, you don't even need lube. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Totally.
Let's move on. And Pete, no move for you in Reds game.
No, although the Reds team total over or first five is slightly tempting, but I'm not gonna get too cute here.
Thanks for running with us, Razor, my man. Marco Carrasco in the house. All right, we move on. I wonder if I'm just sitting here leaving money on the table. 7:10 p.m. Eastern, Oakland Athletics 19-55, 10-26 on the road at the Cleveland Guardians, 33-38, 16-17 at home. We're at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go to the weather here at Progressive Field. 73 Fahrenheit, rain to get this started. So this is expected to be pushed back. It says that the rain is going to stop an hour in. Let's just go to the actual Cleveland weather report and see if this is, in fact, the case. Yeah, there's barely any precipitation here. So I don't know why it says raining over there because there's barely any precipitation. Plus 11% home runs, plus 3% runs here. And Waldekuk is starting. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was Luis Medina. Let's see.
Is there a switch, huh?
I guess that's what they're saying. Let me just see here. And it is Waldekuk. Yes, it is. Okay, I have not capped for Waldekuk. Stimmy OG, by the way, he is on the over 10 in that Reds spot here. Okay, so we have Waldekuk going up against Aaron Savali. I'll have to double back on Ken. Savali, though, 2-2, 2.67 ERA, 1.26 WHIP. He did not look very good in that loss at the Padres. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 homers, 7 Ks, 4 walks. A's versus righties since June 1st. Pretty good, 256, 710 OPS. And also the A's bullpen in June has been really strong. Oh, Medina is the primary.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, can you just write down 2 things for me quickly on the Detroit game? Just Detroit first 5 minus 149 and full game money line minus 142. I can't not do it. I'm going to be betting them. Can't not add them as a as play.
So you have the Yurfie in this game.
Yes, and I have first 5 minus 149. That's Pinnacle, and full game money line minus 142. That's Heritage. And if they all lose, okay, what are you going to do?
There's our guy Troy Torrance in the house. So with Medina here as the primary, we can discuss him. So Waldekuk will come in, and then Medina. Medina has been bad this year. 7.55 ERA, 1.60 WHIP, 18 walks, 39 and third, 10 home runs allowed in 39 and a third. His last start at home versus Rays, he was okay. 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk. At times he looked good in that start, but still got touched for 4 earned runs. On the road, he's been abysmal. 18 earned runs in 17 and a third. 4 home runs allowed, 12 walks in those 17 and a third. The Guardians are hitting righties since June 1st, 289, 765 OPS, and their bullpen has been good all year long. DC Cappers on Cleveland minus 1.5 here. Let's take a look at the line history for this one. First off, money line wise, Cleveland opened up at minus 210. They're now minus 241. So 31 cents of movement towards the Tribe. Let's take a look at the total. This total opened up at 8.5. Like other books, it moved to 9. Pinnacle moved it to 9 at 3:40 this morning. But 11:24 a.m., about 40 odd minutes ago, this moved back to 8.5. So that is interesting here. Let's take a look at the cash flow and then hear what Pete has to say about this spot. Athletics Guardians, we have 44% of tickets, 62% of cash on the under, which I am interested in. 92% of tickets, 82% of cash on the Guardians. Take it away, Pete. We're a progressive field in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to pass on this one because Oakland's back to losing again, but they'll pull out a win here or there at some point. And Civale is still getting it together after the injury. He's probably going to be okay here. I probably would like Cleveland here, but this is a complete and utter pass for me. No way I'm taking Cleveland at this line. Can't pull the trigger on Oakland. I'm not going to be betting it. Pass. Slightly and under. It would be slightly and under even with the pitchers, but not going to bet it.
I have some interest in this under. First 5 under 5 at minus 115. Do we expect Civale to bounce back from that last start?
I do.
I don't mind the Waldekuk to Medina look. And the bullpen,
I mean, it's just Medina is just even worse on the road, but Cleveland can be. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the under a teeny bit.
And the bullpens have both been good. What did Ballpark Pal give this here? Plus 11% home runs, plus 3% runs. I guess I have some interest in this under 9. Rocco Ryder says, I love the A's recently, but Cleveland should get 3 off Medina alone. Guards, double result for Rocco Rogers. Lucas Ryan says, what were Pete's soccer plays again? Serbia, Bulgaria, over 2.5.
Yes, at about 110, 120. And the other one was the Iceland game at over 2.5. That's like 150, 160, but I'm on it. Once again, I'm on it.
Curtis Berry says the under 5 is a good look. Says Oakland bullpen is abysmal. Oakland's bullpen's been pretty good in June.
Portugal, Iceland.
Been pretty good. Lucas Ryan is tailing. The pressure mounts.
Oh, God.
I have interest in this under 9. Okay. All right. Let's roll on. Next up for us, 7:40 p.m. Eastern, Boston Red Sox, 38-35, 17-17 on the road. At the Minnesota Twins, 36-37, 21-18 at home. Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's bring on our ringer for all Boston Red Sox games, and that is the host of Say Hey Plays of the Day, a man known for his holes and his hits. Here for us right now. Jose, how are you, my friend?
I'm a little concerned about how many inches I'm getting shoved into me so easily today.
Yeah.
A little concerned. But I'm all right.
We wouldn't do it if it weren't easy.
Fair enough, I guess.
That's the key, according to everyone.
All right, fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be
They seem to know a lot about this topic.
Yeah, they say it's going
I
to be.
guess I've missed some shows.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not shy.
Red Sox Twins Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yesterday was wild. Huge bets considered by everyone. Sharp action on the Twins, and it did not matter. The Twins did not take care of business.
Hot Sox.
Cutter Crawford going up against Bailey Ober. Bailey has not looked quite as dominant in his last couple starts, but he's been great at home this year. Let's start with the weather and set a table for young Jose Bouquet. First off, weather-wise in Boston. Oh, wait, this is... Sorry, where the hell is this game? In Minnesota, Target Field. 87 Fahrenheit, 11.2 miles per hour right to left, then 9.1 miles per hour right to left, very slightly in. Let's see what they think of Target Field here. Minus 13% home runs, plus 1% overall, though. Plus 1% overall. Browns Hughes says lost 2 units on these sorry-ass Twins last night. Jack Rosenblatt says Cutter Crawford is bad at night games. I did not... know anything about that. We'll see if Jose touches on it. Let's talk about the line history here for this spot. First off, total wise, this opened up at 8.5 minus 109 to the under. It's now minus 103 to the under. So we have 6 cents of movement to the over 8.5. Then let's move over to the money line and see what we are dealing with here. We have the Twins opening up at Pinnacle at minus 135. They're now minus 130. So 5 cents of movement towards the Boston Red Sox. See if the cash flow sticks with a bet on the Red Sox. 70% of the tickets and 77% of the cash on the Boston Red Sox. Then 30% of tickets, 39% of cash on the under. Cutter Crawford coming off a pretty ugly 7-6 extra inning loss at home versus the Rockies. He went 4 innings, allowed 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. On the road, he's allowed 5 earned runs in 17 innings, 2 homers in those 17 innings, but 19 strikeouts and 1 walk in those 17 innings. Bailey Ober has a 2.97 ERA at home, 217 opponent's batting average, coming off 4-2 win at home versus the Brewers, where he allowed 2 earned runs, solo shots in 6 innings. The Red Sox are hitting 262, 764 OPS versus righty since June 1st. The Twins, 226, 684, and both bullpens have been very good in June. Take it away for us here, Jose. Wipe the blood off my tits, Bouquet, Red Sox Twins.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, and I'm looking up Cutter Crawford's splits right now. I never believe in like day-night splits unless you're Tony Kemp, who cannot hit in the daytime, which is hilarious in its own right. But nighttime, just looked it up. He has a 293 batting average against OPS plus of a 135, which is kind of ridiculous. 25 strikeouts, 9 walks at night, 5 home runs allowed at night too, compared to only 1 in the daytime, which is also hilarious too. I don't really think none of those stats matter. Pretty shocked to see the Twins being this big of favorites. I'll be honest. I think it's just a general rule of thumb that, the AL East is better than everyone else. So you should probably bet AL East squads against everyone else. I didn't do that last night. I got bottom mouth back to back using just like my guy said, lost 2 units on this game. I did too. I was on the under there, and I took the Twins -1, so that didn't pan out. And it seems like the Red Sox have entered one of their hot streaks. They won 8 games in a row earlier this season, and then they fucking folded all that up to go back to 500. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they continue this hot streak here. But I'm a little worried to back Cutter Crawford. He's a better bullpen guy than he is starter. He'll go 5 innings, if at best, I guess, 5-6 innings at best. So truthfully, I like team total over for the Red Sox with a full game over here.
Are you going to make anything official?
I'm closer to making the team total over 3.5 -125 official, as my guy Pete would say, being safe.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, no, not yet. I would love to hear what Pete has to say about this game as he sits there pondering.
Take it away, Pete.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Someone in the comments section pretty much said it all, which is can't believe Minnesota is minus anything. If I was getting plus 110, I'd throw something on Minnesota first 5. No question about that. At minus money, probably not going to be able to. And, free play, sure, I throw it on Minnesota first 5 at minus money, but I'm going to pass.
Huh. Very, very interesting spot. Our guy Swiss Horton saying, who are the 3 best teams? Who are the 3 worst teams in Major League Baseball? I don't think anything really is changed. I think the Rays, Rangers, and Braves are the best 3 teams in Major League Baseball, and the Royals, A's, and Rockies are the 3 worst teams in MLB baseball, I would say. Jose, final touches on this game. I don't know. So, Joe, you were saying that the Twins are 10-0 to unders and Bailey Ober's starts. I lost the first 5 under in his last start, and the full game went under. The first 5 did not. Nasty Nate says Red Sox smash. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sort of. I don't know what Cutter Crawford's going to give us, and I don't think Bailey Ober is quite as good as his numbers indicate. Jose, are you going to move on this one?
Yeah, I'll move on 2 things here. I think there's just value in the plus money with the Red Sox on the side, so I'll take Red Sox money line, and I'll take Red Sox team total over 3.5 minus 125 or whatever you can get me.
All right, let's do that. So you want Red Sox full game first off?
Yeah, the bullpen running into form again, which is nice. But obviously, the Twins bullpen's very good at their own right, with Duran back there being a fucking demon with that splitter.
The best line we can give you from a legit book looks like plus 120. Yeah, some of the dice game books. Oh no, Heritage plus 123. Plus 123 is what we can give you on the Red Sox. So Jose's on his Red Sox at plus 123. And then we want the team total over for the Sox. Let's grab that right now. We have.
And while you do that, Billy Friedrichs told me that's a very juice play. So I guess I have to play this, huh?
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
Wait, what did he just put up there?
There's no juice. I thought you got a plus 123.
You're talking about the minus 125 for the team total.
Oh, yeah, that is a bit.
There is a minus 125. I can't because Pinnacle has it at minus 131.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Bovada is 125.
Okay, Red Sox team total over 3.5 a minus 125. You are in a business. Sean won the Nerfy here in Boston moneyline team total yesterday. Curtis Berry giving us the final score of 4-2. Arthur Mead Jr. in the house. Great to see you, Arthur Mead Jr.
So Kool-Aid's not juice, huh?
Kool-Aid?
Yeah, it's not juice. That's what the people are saying.
It depends on how wide you want to expand the definitions. In 2023, nothing means anything. Whatever the fuck you want it to mean, it means. You know what I'm saying? Is Kool-Aid juice? Sure. If you think it's fucking juice, it's fucking juice.
Yeah,
no,
I think that's fair.
Where I come from, the 90s, it wasn't juice.
Gagnon says can't trust Cutter, can't trust the Twins until Buxton starts hitting the ball again. All right. And Billy Friedrich says, great work, Jose. You just improved your relationship with Pete by 20% by putting your face on the Kool-Aid man.
Yes. Hell yeah, for sure.
There you go. Perfect. Anything I can do to improve my relationship as well. By the way, Arthur Mead asking a good question here, and thank you for the $5 dono. So we got to answer your question. We appreciate you, my man. Asking if there's a website with 5 best and 5 worst bullpens. I personally, Arthur, I go to Fangraphs. You'll have to go to the, what is it called? Leaders. And then you go to pitchers, and then you can take it from there. Team splits, pitching, relievers, and you can cut it down to however many days you want. You can do the last year, 2 years, 3 years. You can do the whole months if you want. I do last 14 days. For me, last 14 day, the best bullpens, Rays, Braves, Giants, Reds, Angels. And the 5 worst: Pirates, Dodgers, Nationals, Phillies, Royals.
You are locked in with the Red Sox plus 123. Red Sox team total over 3.5. And Pete, you are off of this Red Sox Twins game.
Yeah, although I think Jose's on the right side at that kind of plus money. Yeah, Boston, despite going up against Ober, is probably a good bet. Minnesota should not be a favorite right now against anyone.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And should I pull the trigger? I just want to take a look at that cash once more. So 30% of tickets, 39% cash on the under, and then 70% tickets, 78% of cash on the Boston Red Sox, 70 and 78.
And if Ober has a solid 5-inning start and it's roughly tied after 5 or 4 or 6 or something like that, a live bet on Boston wouldn't be a terrible idea, in my personal opinion.
And Pinnacle opened this up at what again? I think there was 6 cents of movement, plus 125 to plus 120. All right, I will cheer you on, Jose Bouquet. Rod Zawacki likes the first 5 under here. TJ says cash and money correlates with Boston. It does. All right, let's roll on. Jose, do you have any other plays of the day? Will you be jumping on any other spots here for us?
I don't think so as of right now. I will. I'll cap in during the show, obviously, as well. So, no. I mean, the only other game, which is stupid and obvious, obviously, is the Mets Astros game yet again. An under there, but that just seems a little bit too obvious. But I'll figure that out during Say Hey Plays today, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Bobano joining us back again here. It's going to be a good time.
I like it. Thank you, Jose. 2 spots for Jose in the Red Sox game. Let's move on. 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Arizona Diamondbacks 44-29, 21-11 on the road at the Milwaukee Brewers 37-35, 21-17 at home. We're at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ryan Nelson going up against Colin Ray. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. Ray versus Nelson. The Brewers opened up at minus 114. They're now minus 120. So 6 cents of movement towards the Milwaukee Brewers. And Joe Yurkovich likes over 17.5 outs. Over 17.5 outs.
I like that.
Let's take a look at the total for this spot here. We have it opening up at 9. Opened up at 9 as a pick'em. Moved to 9.5 at 11:07 a.m. So we have a move to the over and a move to the Brewers. Let's take a look at the cash, see if the cash flow correlates with all of this. 58% of tickets, 49% of cash on the Milwaukee Brewers. Slight move towards them. From a total side of things, 42% of the tickets and 71% of cash on the over. Ryan Nelson has not looked good this year, but he has looked good on the road.
Yeah.
So that's overall 5.30 ERA, 1.54 WHIP, just 46 strikeouts, 71 in the third. Coming off a 5-4 loss at home, he allowed all 5 earned runs in 4 innings and 10 hits. But on the road, 3.09 ERA in 32 innings, 241 opponents batting average. He's only allowed 3 home runs in 32 innings. Colin Ray has looked okay at times. You know, I had him and Ober in the first 5 under that lost last week, and that full game went under. He has gone 30 2/3, 4.40 ERA, 248 opponents batting average. Diamondbacks versus righties 277, 836 OPS since June 1st. Brewers 213, 640. Diamondbacks bullpen 4.01 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, and Brewers bullpen 4.04 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. And all of that, of course, is since June 1st. This one is tricky. Take it away for us, Pistol Pete, Loshak, Brewers, Diamondbacks.
I don't know if it's that tricky. I wouldn't be opposed to taking Arizona early. I like Arizona as a team significantly better. Nelson overall, yes, has some questions, but willing to bet that he's solid here on the road. And Colin Ray, not great, not awful. And I think I will make Arizona early a bet. First 3 and or first 5. I'm not opposed to it, Jim.
I mean, they have a lineup advantage, and the Brewers bullpen's not been very good of late. Why wouldn't you want to go full game?
because I don't like the spot for it full game necessarily. It's just a play on. Yeah, I guess I would. No, I would go on it full game, but it's more of a play on Nelson and the lineup advantage early and a fade of Ray. But no, yeah, full game would not be. It would not be. I would not be. Oh wow, geez, it's now plus 110. So has there been a move to Milwaukee then?
There's been 6 cents of movement.
Yeah, small move to. Okay, yeah. I don't like that. That's another reason why I don't want full game. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to Arizona full game either.
Carlos Garcia is on the Brewers' first 5. Troy Torrance has to bounce. Says he's a prime over spot in White Sox versus Rangers. He likes the over, and he's on the Rays and the Cubs.
Carlos Garcia likes Brewers' first 5. That's not good. Why?
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get from Ryan Wilson and Colin Ray. I don't know. I did not like Colin Ray's last start, but 248 opponents batting average at home. The Diamondbacks are much more dangerous, offensively than the Brewers. I don't find this appealing. I'm surprised there's not been a move towards the over.
I
guess there has been from 9 to 9.5. What am I talking about? That makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right, you can. It might be a loser, but you can throw on Arizona first 5 at plus 103.
Okay, let's give you that. D-backs.
Pinnacle.
So Loshak is on Arizona first 3.
First 5.
Oh, first
103.
Right. First 5 at plus 103. What is this first 5 total here? I don't trust either of these guys. A 5 is appealing enough. It's just pretty heavy to be over.
Yeah.
But
I'm just not looking to fade Nelson in this spot.
Yeah, the Brewers are abysmal offensively, but 5 runs, I think we can get there. Let's just before I decide to do anything on this, I'd like to just go over his last few road starts, and then we'll move right past this one. This is Arizona, Milwaukee. We got 4 games left on today's card. Let's just take a look at Ryan Nelson's last few road starts. He's battling to have a starting spot through the rest of the season. He went at Detroit, didn't allow a run over 5 2/3. At Philadelphia, that's impressive. Just 1 earned run.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's a major league pitcher. He struggles in hitter-friendly parks. Small sample size. I think it's enough for me to, in light of my numbers on the lineups, I'll take a shot with it. Tiny plus money.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm off of this spot here. Billy Frieden says, with the exception of his start at Coors, he's been solid on the road. Don Play, my guy. We oh no, have we not? Sorry, I thought we hammered the Marlins game. It's a tricky one. Okay, Loshak's on Arizona, first 5 plus 103. Let's move on to the next spot on the board, 8:10 p.m. Eastern. This is a game a lot of us want to talk about. New York Mets and Houston Astros. And High Wind gave us the Astros -1 as the play of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Play of the week. Joe Yerker says, was the roof mentioned here? It could be open. I expect it to be open. I just don't. It's like Houston in that regard. I don't think it changes much with Milwaukee when they have the roof open, personally. But I expect the roof to be open in Milwaukee, Joe. And American Family Field right now, plus 12% home runs, minus 11% runs. Look at that. Minus 13% doubles and triples and minus 14% singles. Interesting. Okay, and Corey Allen is leaning Arizona first 5 run line with you, Loshak. Okay, Mets, Astros, Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. We have Justin Verlander going up against his old squad. He looked very good in his last start. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, no walks, and a 4-3 extra inning win at home versus the Yankees. He hasn't been great on the season, but maybe he's finding himself right now. He's been bad on the road. 20 innings, just 20 innings. Sample size is small, but 5.85 ERA, 288 opponents batting average, 17 strikeouts and 8 walks, 3 home runs allowed. Going up against Framber Valdez, who is excellent. His last start, 5-4 win at home versus the Yankees, 1 earned run in 7 innings, 2.02 ERA at home, 241 opponents batting average. In the 58 innings, 59 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 2 home runs allowed. The Mets are hitting lefties all of a sudden, though, better than they had been. Not too hard, but 237 with a 755 OPS. Astros are not hitting righties, 227, 695 OPS. Mets bullpen has not been very good, 4.14 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. Astros bullpen has been worse, 4.50 ERA, 1.61 WHIP. By the way, Billy Friedrich says MLB's Milwaukee's issues with the stadium. Says MLB's pushing them hard to make some major repairs, upgrades, so maybe they keep the roof closed permanently. Oh, I didn't know that. Chase Fox says Astros bounce back against their favorite ex-Astros pitcher. Coming off a scolding yesterday, he likes the Astros to hit an overrated Verlander. He says he was washed up 3 years ago. Robert Franklin says, how is Houston favored? Give me the Mets. And Newkirker says Verlander's best before date is in the past. Let's pull up the line history here for this marquee game. Verlander Valdez. This total opened up at 7.5, a juice to the under. It's moved 7 cents towards the over. So we have a slight move towards the over. And then take a look at the money line. This money line opened up with the Mets at plus 119 and now plus 131. So we've had 13 cents of movement to the Astros. And we had more than that. This was 21 cents of movement at 11:12 a.m. We've had 8 cents of buyback on the Mets. So we have 13-cent move to the Astros and a small move to the over. Let's see if that correlates with the cash flow here. 70% of tickets, 71% of cash on the over. Market moving slightly towards the over. And then 59% of tickets, 71% of cash on the Houston Astros. And the market is moving towards those Houston Astros. Curtis Berry liking the Astros as well. Christopher Comentini says, can't bet the Astros without Yordan Alvarez. Take it away for us here, Pete. Marquee matchup tonight, Mets-Astros.
Yeah, I like the Astros on the overnight line. I was seeing a line in the mid 120s, minus 120s. Now it's, 140 or higher, wherever it is. So obviously I'm liking it a whole lot less. If I didn't already like it, have it at 125, I'd probably take it now at minus 140, but lower bet size and with a lot less confidence. Verlander is the consummate pro, but I wouldn't say he's washed, but not a good spot for him. Valdez, solid, not always lights out, but solid. Yeah, the Mets are hitting lefties a bit better now, but I kind of trust Valdez here. Maybe Verlander a little bit. Not, who knows what we're going to get from him. And in general, the Mets not really winning. Of course, Houston is not at full strength. They've lost 5 in a row. So I'd be leaning Houston at the current line. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on a -1 at plus 100, but yeah, that's the way I'm leaning.
Yeah, I would like Framber Valdez. But I find it interesting that, the Astros are minus 145 full game, just minus 135 first 5. So 10 cents cheaper on the first 5 is a little surprising. Does that surprise you at all? I mean, don't we feel like there's a pitching advantage for the Astros?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I don't know if anyone would disagree with that. Smart, average intelligence, or complete idiot.
This is
no one on the intelligence spectrum would not give the Astros an advantage here, starting pitching, would they?
Well, why would Bet365 make it 10 cents cheaper to take the Astros first 5? And the Astros bullpen's not look good. Mets are hitting the ball right now. I don't really understand that. Look, let's just see what Pinnacle has done. Maybe that will help. So Pinnacle has minus 142 for the Astros full game. And minus 136 first 5.
Plus, Houston's lost 5 in a row. They can't lose 6 in a row. It is not going to happen.
Wow.
Oh, TJ says they can, though. Okay. One person says they can.
Wow. I would like to back this. What do you think of the first 5 total at 4, Pete? Juice to the under.
Do I like that? Makes me very nervous. I don't know. I mean, Valdez is solid, but not lights out. And Verlander, of course, if he comes in and throws 5 shutout innings or 5 1-run innings, 5 1-run innings, it's not a shock at all.
But you don't want the first 5 under.
Definitely not.
All right. Okay. Looks like nothing for me in that spot. Dom Play says, would you take Marlins first 5 money line? I did not. I expected to do that, Dom Play, but did not see the market move towards the Marlins is crazy to me. So I stayed off of that spot. Okay. Damn. But high win says Astros -1 is the play of the week. And Lou Chase Fox, who knows these Astros inside and out, it's on the first 5 over.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I would be leaning over, in fact, Jim.
Okay, well, let's move on. We've heard from Troy Torrance that he likes this over very much in Chicago, Illinois. Guaranteed rate field. Texas Rangers at Chicago White Sox. Rangers 45-27, 21-14 on the road. White Sox 31-43, 17-18 at home. Corey Allen says, is it me or does it seem like standalone start times, first game of the day or last game, always seem to have fishy shit happening? Seems to be parlay killer games. I haven't really looked too much into that, but Billy Friedrich says White Sox first 5 for him. I love what Cease has done the last 2 starts, and he should have got out of that start against the Dodgers unscathed. He did cash us the first 5 money line in that start, and then in the 6th inning he was pulled, and the relievers cost him 2 earned runs. I love the way Cease looks right now. Nate Eovaldi seems like he is regressing a little bit. Mike M said, shared it with you guys last night. When the Rangers win the first 5, the next game goes over. That's now hitting 17-6-2 to the over. And Vitalis does not like going up against Eovaldi. Rod Zawacki says, have a great day. He's got a 2-teamer. Arizona -1.5 at +160 and Baltimore -1.5 at +225. Sharpie says Cease is getting overvalued here. He says he knew he would own his Dodgers as his K-prop was the biggest that day, and the Dodgers can't hit high velocity. Cease is getting touched today. Wow. That is from the star of The Walking Dead every day, Monday to Friday at 3:10 p.m., and he is a spectacular capper. Wow. Okay, well, let's start with the weather at a guaranteed rate field here. 73 Fahrenheit, 9.4 miles per hour to right field, dies down to 6.4 miles per hour. See what Ballpark Pal has to say about guaranteed rate field. And this is plus 15% home runs, minus 16 doubles and triples. That's interesting. Minus 1% overall. All right, so then let's take a look at the line history for this one. First, we'll start with the total. Eovaldi versus Cease. This opened up at 8. It opened up at 8, and it lasted there for 30 minutes before it hit 8.5. It hit 8.5, and it has stayed there. It's 8.5, very slightly juiced to the over. So we have an immediate move to the over. Then let's take a look at the money line with this spot. Oops, that was totals. Sorry, I thought I had this up here. And that's totals too. I screwed up. Okay, so let's get over to the money line here. While I'm looking at that, let's also – okay, it's up already. Sorry. Here we go. So at Pinnacle, this opened up with Texas minus 120. They're now minus 134. 14 cents of movement to the Texas Rangers and Nate Eovaldi. Wow. So my gut was looks like it was very wrong here. 88% of the tickets and 94% of the cash on the Texas Rangers. 94% of cash on the Rangers. Wow. From a total perspective in this one, we have 50-50 and 96% of the cash on the under, and yet it immediately moved to 8.5. So confusing. Eovaldi's been very good on the road this year. 54 2/3. He's 6-1 with a 1.98 ERA, 50 Ks, 1 home run. He's given up 1 home run on the road over 54 2/3 innings, 219 opponents batting average. Coming off a 5-3 loss at home versus the Angels, where he went 7 innings and allowed 3 earned runs and 2 homers. Cease at home, 3.71 ERA, 43 strikeouts and 43 2/3. He's allowed 5 home runs, 221 opponents batting average. Rangers are smashing righties since June 1st. 272, 830 OPS. White Sox are doing the exact opposite. Nothing for righties. 204, 648 OPS. White Sox bullpen has been quite good. Rangers bullpen has been improving in June. They had a really poor May. TJ says he got in at minus 120 on Texas. Happy with it. Says might buy half back if it gets another 10 cents cheaper on the White Sox. Corey Allen on Eovaldi with the win. DC Capper on Texas minus 145. Sharpie says he likes Eovaldi in this spot. Just hasn't figured out if he wants his Ks or his outs, as the lineups will tell him a lot. RVD 420s on Rangers first 5 in full game. Rocco Rogers liking the first 5 over. And Rick J says Cease has owned them in the past, and so I'm throwing 95 in recent games. He is staying off. Let's hear what Peter Loshak has to say about this one. Rangers, White Sox.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Texas. I think it might be a little bit of a, people looking at like recent results, a little bit of a buy low spot for Eovaldi and a sell high spot for Cease. And of course, I like the Texas team way more than the White Sox. Anderson, I'm seeing, is listed in RotoWire, but I was assuming that he was going to be out. I know he's a little bit banged up, and so I was liking Texas here. Not even necessarily because of the starting pitchers, just because of the line and the the teams involved. Billy Friedrich says everyone seems to be on the Rangers recency bias. I mean, in my opinion, it's a significant lineup bias. Lineup handicap in favor of Texas, and I'm not too down on Eovaldi despite his last couple starts being worse. Cease, last three starts have been improving. Even when he was lights out, he always had some peripherals that indicated that he wasn't dominant. I'm not down on Cease. I'm just saying that I'm happy to bet against him, with another good starter and with a team that I like a lot more than whatever team he's pitching for. So yeah, it's interesting that Troy Torrance likes the over. I don't disagree with that. And I would be leaning Texas, although it is, a little bit tough to take a road favorite like that with Cease pitching as well as he has recently. But yeah, leaning Texas for sure.
Yeah, I guess we're going to stay off here. Luce's asking about WNBA. If you guys want us to start capping WNBA on these Tuesdays, we can do that. But let's hear from you guys if there is enough interest. So let us know here in the chat if you want WNBA capped on these future Tuesdays. I guess I'm off of this spot, but I guess it's my own bias towards Cease. I like Cease, so.
Yeah, I'm not really against him. Once again, it's much more of a bet on the team than on Texas than on the starting pitching matchup.
Wow, I do not have much action. This is after 17 bets, 17 on Friday. Looks like I have 4 right now. I've only added the 1, I think. Okay, let's roll on. Next up for us, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, San Diego Padres 35-37, 16-17 on the road at the San Francisco Giants, 14-32, 19-17 at home. TJ says have to run. Get in Toronto tomorrow at the opening number. The gift today is Miami, but he likes Toronto tomorrow. Thank you for sharing that with us, TJ, my man.
I'll tell you a play I like in WNBA. Connecticut, Seattle over 160. That's not bad. I'm going to be on that.
I like it. Connecticut, Seattle over
160.
Okay, let's talk about this spot here and whether anybody has faith in Seth Lugo. Coming back from IL, his last start was May 16th, only made it through 2 innings. He is a left calf strain, and he is not going on a minor league rehab assignment. The issue is because Weathers has been cut. Or sent down. So they need him now. So he faced hitters in a simulated game last Thursday without a problem. I don't trust Seth Lugo at all, and I don't trust Disclafani either. Why don't we start with the weather in San Francisco? Get started there. This is second to last game on today's card. 60 Fahrenheit, 16 miles per hour to right, down to 14.5. We know that it swirls there. It doesn't make that big of a deal. Let's see what Ballpark Pal has to say about Oracle here. Minus 26% home runs. That's what they think when it's blowing out at 16 miles per hour. Now it's plus 11% singles. Overall, minus 4% at Oracle. Minus 4% at Oracle. Let's take a look at the line history here. We'll start with the total. Not a lot of... Actually, no, there has been movement. Excuse me. Pinnacle opened this up at 8.5, minus 108 to the over. It's now minus 118 to the over. So we have 10 cents of movement to the over 8.5. Let's see what the money line movement has been. This opened up with the Giants at minus 104. They're now plus 105. So we have 9 cents of movement away from them. 10 cents of movement to the Padres from minus 104 opening line to minus 114. So we have a move to the Padres and a move to the over. Let's see if the cash correlates with all of that. 76% of tickets and 99% of cash on the over. 99. So this is our second spot on the board with 99% of cash on the over. And this actually come down. We have 96% of cash on the Rangers White Sox under. 99% of cash on the Padres over. I thought we had another 99. Must be on the money line. 96% of cash on the Cardinals Nats over. Let's see what they're doing with the money line here in this spot. We have 56% of tickets, 71% cash on the Giants. So just 29% of cash on the Padres, and the market moving towards Seth Lugo and the Padres. This is surprising here. Disclafani can't be trusted. Maybe it's just the fate of Disclafani. Last start, 3 innings, 5 earned runs, 1 homer, 1 walk, 7 Ks and 8, 5 extra inning win at St. Louis. But he's not being good at home, which is traditionally where he's good. 4.73 ERA, 269 opponents batting average, just 33 strikeouts over 45 and 2/3. Padres versus righties since June 1st, 254, 743. Giants, 253, 780. Padres bullpen's been very good, 3.23 ERA, 1.06 whip. Giants bullpen even better, 2.32 ERA, 0.96 whip. Take it away for us here, Pistol Pete Loshak, Padres, Giants at Oracle.
Yeah, I wanted that. Well, we don't have Mike Nutflush Allen helping us out here, but I wanted San Diego, and there's been a big move to San Diego since I looked at it. But I think I'll give it out anyway. I do kind of like him full game and first 5. Yeah, Lugo is shaky, but he's coming back from that injury, and he can be okay. And DeSclafani, I think, according to my numbers, is more shaky. So I kind of like San Diego first 5 and full game, like both of them, and I'll probably give at least one of them as an official play.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not afraid to go up against the magic that's happening in San Francisco right now. I think Disclafani is vulnerable. I mean, I think that we can explain everything we're seeing here.
I'll take San Diego Pinnacle first 5 minus 109.
All right. So we have Loshak on Padres first 5 without minus 109.
Yeah.
There's the Reaver in the house. What up, Reaver? Great to see you, man. Got to hang out with him for back-to-back years at Pubapalooza. The Reaver in the house. Wow. Yeah, I'm not afraid to go up against this streak that the Giants are on. And I think that we can explain everything. So we have 56% of tickets, 71% of cash on the Giants just because they're winning, not because of the situation here today, where Disclafani does not look good. Pete's always talked about having no concern backing pitchers off of the IL, or less concern when it's not an arm or upper body injury, and that's here. Is that fair to say, Pete?
Yeah, for the most part, sure, definitely.
I like what you're doing here. I think that the market I think the books are opening up their arms to Giants cash. And you're staying off the full game because you don't want to invest too much in the Padres going up against the Magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's more just like I kind of like them. I mean, the Giants do have that life to them, and the Padres are kind of like a team that I don't really love to bet full game to pull out actual wins, and it's sort of a fade of DeSclafani. I'm also thinking about the first 5 team total over, kind of thinking like that. So yeah, I'm just going to. I think Lugo is, when he's on his game, he's all right. Should hold him down to 2 or so, and DeSclafani probably gives up a couple or more. So yeah,
I like this. I'm not going to be afraid to go up against this streak for the Giants. This all makes sense to me. And Disclafani does not look good. Before I decide to double up here, I just want to take a second. We have one game after this, but I would just like to take a second to see what Disclafani's last home starts have looked like here. And then we'll move on to the final game on the board. But if this is going to be my 5th and 6th bets of the night, they're going to be extremely important.
He's just kind of shaky. He's not terrible, but he's kind of shaky.
Yeah, I don't trust him at all. But we did last year at home. I just want to go over.
At times he's been great. Sure.
Let's go over this game log for the 33-year-old. So he faced the Cubs at home. The Cubs aren't hitting, and they got 2 earned runs. 4 walks over 6. Faced the Orioles before that, 5 earned runs. Faced the Pirates, 3 earned runs. So it's like the teams that are hitting are raking off of them. All right, I'm with you. Sharpie says the top dogs in the Padres pen were not available yesterday. Says Hader and the boys are all ready to go today.
Yeah, I mean, I like him full game as well. And it's possible I could double up.
Well, I am going to double up.
Okay.
San Diego Padres, first 5 and full game. Let's talk about the final spot on the board, a marquee matchup, the Highway Series. Los Angeles Dodgers 39-33, 17-19 on the road at the LA Angels, 41-33, 20-14 at home at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. Let's take a look at the weather in Anaheim here. We have 70 Fahrenheit, 9 miles per hour to right center, dice down to 7.1 miles per hour. Let's see what they think of this here. Plus 6% home runs, but minus 4% overall. Minus 4% overall. We have Kershaw going up against Reed Detmers. Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. Loshak in the bag. We have our final game here on the board, and we've seen this.
You know what? Sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes.
I'll double up too. Minus 111 at Heritage. San Diego full game.
You are locked in,
Okay.
my friend. All right, here we go. This total. Oh, shoot. I just moved off of Pinnacle. Damn it. Okay, so let's get back to Pinnacle. This total now at 8.5 at Pinnacle, and it did open at 9. It opened at 9 at 5:37 p.m. By 5:47 p.m., it was 8.5. So that was 10 minutes later. It didn't last there long. Oh, no, it did. It did last there overnight. So, sorry, it didn't move back to 9 until 8 this morning. And it moved back to 8.5 at 11:30 this morning. So we have a move to the under. Reed Detmer's BABIP is 352, I believe. I don't have it in front of me, but very, very high. And that tells me that, he's had some bad luck. And this is a very exciting opportunity for him to go up against Kershaw. Let's see what Sharpie says. He says, Kershaw on the road says, blah, 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 suck on some 22 curveballs today. I'm fascinated by this move to the under, and I find it an appealing spot. Let's take a look at the money line here. We have Detmers and the Angels opening up at plus 130. They're now plus 118. So it's gone down 12 cents from plus 130 to plus 118. So we have a move to the Angels and a move to the under. Let's take a look at what the cash flow is and if it will lead us in the right direction. 44% of tickets, 58% of cash on the Dodgers. So just 56 and 42 on the Angels. That doesn't concern me too much if I wanted to move on the Angels, which I don't really want to do. Kershaw does tend to step up in these types of situations. 39% of tickets and 54% of cash on the under. Tells me this under's live. Kershaw coming off an 8-4 loss at home to the White Sox. I wasn't on him. He went 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, solo shots. On the road this year, 3.97 ERA. Has allowed 7 home runs and 45 in the third. Opponents hitting 253 off of him. Reed Detmer is coming off a great start at the Rangers. 6 innings and 1 earned run. It was a solo shot. At home, opponents are hitting 288 off of him. And again, we went over BABIP, and they've been fortunate. They've only hit 4 home runs in 31 innings. The Dodgers are hitting 235, 818 OPS in June versus lefties. The Angels are not hitting lefties in June. This is a difference from May where they were smashing them and earlier in the year. Here in June, 211, 681 OPS. The Dodgers bullpen, what a mess. 6.79 ERA, 1.57 whip since June 1st. The Angels bullpen be much, much better. 3 ERA, 1.35 whip. I'm very interested in this baseball game. Rocco Rogers is on Kershaw over 6.5 Ks. Curtis Berry is on the Angels plus 125. Eric Jones is on the under 8.5. And Jack Rosenblatt is on the Nerfy. BJ has a lean to the Dodgers. Let's hear what Pistol Pete Loshak is thinking. Dodgers, Angels.
Man, I don't know. I was thinking Dodgers early. I think Kershaw probably will be, excellent, but give up a couple. Detmer's not terrible. He could throw 5 no-hit innings, but yeah, I guess I'm going to stay off it. I want to take the Dodgers, but at that big of a favorite line, probably I should not. And, obviously Trout and Ohtani are fucking hitting right now, and the Dodgers are kind of slumping. So I guess it's just going to be a pass for me. I was thinking about the Dodgers, but the line is too steep. And at the current lines, at plus 130, I probably would have taken the Angels. Let's see where it is right now. It's there you go, all the way down to like in the plus teens. So pass.
What do you think of this first 5 total here at 4.5? Full game at 9. Some books have it 8.5.
I guess I take the under. I guess, free play. The total looked about on to me, slightly into the under when it was 9, juice to the under on the overnight. Now it's down to 8.5. Can't touch that.
It's right here in front of me at 9 juice to the under.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing Pinnacle 8.5.
Yeah,
on both sides.
Bet 365 9 at minus 120. What if you had the opportunity to either take the first 5, 4.5 juice to the over, or the first 3? I'm curious to see what this first 3 is. 2.5 as a pick'em. what would you move on?
Well, considering Sharpie's in the comment section, I would just ask him what to do. Whatever he told me to do, I'd do.
Sharpie says, crazy to say that I think this is the first 5 full game over, as there are a few guys who do have Kershaw's number, and Renfroe being one. Dude does expect Detmer's numbers to come down as he's had some bad luck. So he just bet Renfroe for a homer today. Huh. All right, I guess I stay off then. But I do kind of like the under. I really do. I like the under. I like the under at 9. Is Sharpie, talk to me about Dodgers bullpen. Is it that weak? I mean, so if you had a choice between the first 5 under 4.5 at minus 105, first 5 under 4.5 minus 105, or the full game under 9 at minus 120, what do you take?
First 5. Wait, sorry, say it again. First 5
under 4.5 at minus 105, or the full game under 9 at minus 120.
I guess I'd take the first 5 under, just because this could easily be a tie ball game, and then it goes over, and it's very tough, very tough. Rocco Rogers loves Dodgers early here. That's what I was thinking, and the line is going down.
Sharpie says he's so sick of their pen. Says that it really is that bad.
Yeah.
And he says we have the worst starter ERA on the road, best at home.
Right.
And Curtis Berry says Dodgers bullpen's why I moved on the Angels. Okay. I guess I end up not on this marquee game that I was hoping to watch. Well, still.
I mean, I wanted to take, let's see what the Dodgers are first 5. I wanted to take that, but can't do it. I guess I can't do it.
Okay, let's review all action here in MLB. First off, before we do that, Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA podcast, has shared his action with us. So let's pop that there in the chat. There you guys go. That is action from Clint. And Justin McElvey, our friend, turning 45 years old tomorrow, which is very exciting. Thank you for running with us, man. Tone Miggins gave us the levels play of the day, and it's the Phillies team total over 3.5 at minus 105, putting 2 units on that. He's also on Phillies first 3 money line, and Stott home run at plus 740, and JT Realmuto home run at plus 460. I am on the Phillies first 5 plus 125. That's a bet I've already made. I'd like to see where that is right now at bet 365. I would prefer if it has changed. And wild. This is wild. What the hell? This is flipped.
What happened?
And so when I bet this, it was plus 130 Phillies full game, plus 125 first 5. Now it's plus 125 full game, and the first 5 is plus 135.
And which one did you bet?
I got plus 125. I got 10 cents worse here, but now the full game is gone down 5 cents. Oh God, that's really frustrating and confusing. Best bets from BJ. Tampa Bay Rays minus 170 is putting 2 units on that, and the Mariners Yankees under 7.5. I'm on the Rays first 5 in full game. Let's see if at least that's moving in the right direction for me. Sorry, you guys. It's just I would like to have some confidence badly. The Rays first 5 minus a half is, God damn, I just need some fucking confidence here. Has not moved. Has not moved from where I got it. Okay. So I doubled up on the Rays. Pete Loshak gets his card started with the Yurfie in Royals Tigers. He's on the Yurfie. He's on the Tigers first 5 and full game. Jay's final take, let your nuts hang. Play of the day is KC Detroit under 8.5. Razor Sharp Picks gave us his full Parks card. Very cool that Cappers come in here and do that and share their action here. I'm going to pop that in the chat for everybody as well. Justin McElvey, I hear you, man. It's a tricky slope here for us when we have, when action is, moving against Cappers in the chat. I will tell you though that when Turnsey and Sammy Culmer bet it was a big bet. Sammy Culmer had it in Turnsey's account about 30 seconds after the game finished. So that's Sammy Culmer there for you. We got a Sean Higgs, our friend Sean Higgs, gave a big dono, big fan of yours, Pete, and gave us Marlins, Tigers run line, and Braves over. Says bet it and forget it. The stacks play today from Justin McElvey's Soler over 1.5 bases. Rocco Rogers gave us Garrett Cole 7+ Ks and Kershaw 6+ Ks. Loshak's on Seattle, New York, first 3 under 1.5 at +145, and Mariners first 3 -105. Ron Crawford spreadsheet play today St. Louis -1. Loshak's on the Cubs first 5 at -130. Rockies, Reds, we stayed off. And I am going to move on the under 9 in Oakland, Cleveland. I'm going to do that. The bullpens have been very good, and I just expect it to be kind of sleepy out there, and Savali could be great. And I don't mind the Waldekuk Medina mix. Jose's on the Red Sox +123, and the Red Sox team total over 3.5. Loshak's on the Arizona Diamondbacks first 5 at +103. High Win gave us the play of the week is Astros -1. Verlander Valdez, and I don't have action on that game or the Rangers White Sox game. 2 games I was so excited to talk about. Loshak and I are both doubling up on the Padres first 5 in full game, and we're doing that without the guidance of Nut Flush Allen, which is nerve-wracking. And Dodgers Angels, we stayed off. Pistol Pete. There it is, my friend.
Yeah, this point in the baseball season, I'm taking it easy, still having fun with it. Got a couple of soccer plays I'm on, got an WNBA total I'm on, and I don't know, it was a good show, Jim. We made a couple of one-hole jokes. It was overall a very nice show.
It was overall very enjoyable. Pete, you saw the first gift that our great friend DJ Big Boss sent us, and we think that you enjoyed it. The older woman having that shot, we think that you enjoyed it. This is the second gift from our friend DJ Big Boss. This you have not seen.
Yeah, you like that, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
You know you like that, Pete. You're interested.
I can't be seen saying I like that on camera. So, no, I don't like it, but, take a wild guess what my real feelings are about it.
Well, Pete, I also have something to show you here. I will be right back.
Okay. Bye-bye, Jimmy.
What is this? Once again.
Well, Pete, or you might have missed this. Me and Jimmy went to the tracks this weekend for Father's Day.
I just want to, okay.
You might have missed this. Some people saw this already, but me and him had a great time at the tracks this weekend. I thought it was a good time, Pete. I don't know about you. It's always nice enjoying some time with your father,
Yeah. I just want to preemptively say that whatever Jim's about to show me is not okay.
Please give me
problematic and not okay.
Full camera here. Pete, this was a gift from Al Cervic. I will be sending it to you, my friend, but here you go. Look at that.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's great. Why is this not okay? There's got to be something problematic about this. I think it's beautiful. It's fucking art.
Pete, I will be mailing that to you. There you go. That is from Al Cervic, our friend Al Cervic, right there, Pete. I will send that to you because I got a copy as well. So we each have one. I will send that to you.
I thought it was going to be 8 different fucked up 80-year-old people having some orgy or something. All right. Okay, great to see. It was just a nice little piece of loving art.
Yeah, no. Why you think we were gonna, take it around these types of?
I think you're all extremely problematic, but no, that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. No, that's okay. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Very okay. Yes. Yes. Very okay. Just want to be on the record about how I feel about all this.
Okay. All right. That is our show for today. Corey Allen saying, very thankful for everyone's input and knowledge. You guys make me better every day. Thank you. Let's Cash. Perfectly put, Corey Allen. Perfectly put. Lucha's Fox says, all you scrubs who are skipping the sesh on Monday morning need to start calling into work and joining us. Straight art. Our guy says straight art. Lucha's Fox on our daily sesh show. There you have it. That is our show for today. Thank you all so much. Jack Rosenblatt, Christopher Comentini, Joe Yurkovich, Lucha's Fox, Equinimus, Christopher Comentini, Robert Franklin, Parlangel, Corey Allen, the Nuke Worker, Billy Friedrich, Curtis Berry, Joe Yurkovich, Rem Most. I missed that comment. Don Play, Viper NB. Thank you guys. Tori Coker, Jack Rosenblatt, Justin McElvey, who turns 45 tomorrow, Ricky Bobby. All you guys, thank you so much. Jay Peasy, Sharon Pulliam, Eric Jones, Sharpie, Kojarino. We have nothing without you guys. Thank you so much for all of the insights, the thoughtful breakdowns, and the humor. That is our show for today. Thank you to our producer, Jose Buquete, does such a great job. And Pistol Pete, final words here for the cappers in the chat.
Final words is I apologize for this show. Everything in the show today and every comment in the comment section in today's show was not okay. And I just want to acknowledge that.